This is Fano from An Hour with the Wolfpack, and this is my segment Steppin out of Babylon. This is day 73. Today's date is April 3rd, 2016. And I did the normal diet today for the morning. Then I went on a hike. Had one of my power water drinks. And then I came home, made organic asparagus with mushrooms. And then I had organic beef with like some organic rice. And then I had a kefir smoothie. And then I made like a tea. Yeah, I think, I don't know why, like, the thought of, like, drinking has occurred. But I guess it's just because there's so much, like, things people do that basically it just, the thought of it pops up. I'm like, well, maybe if I just have, like, one or two drinks, but I don't know. It's like this battle of like what's being human and what's not, and but I know my issue is like if I drink once, I'll probably drink like every day, or at least like every other day, and I think it's mainly because like I don't know, when you start thinking about life, like even when you're eating right, you start thinking about life and you go to work, you do stuff, you eat healthy, you learn things. But I think it all boils back down to like you're still in the hamster cage. You know, it's like you're still in the cage. And maybe when I eventually get enough money, I can like get a farm or something. Maybe I'd be kind of like in my own space, but I think still, be in the hamster cage. I guess like the thoughts is what is the big issue. And I guess like also my thing is like I don't really like crave food. Like I could be on a diet, but then it's always like, you know, kind of want to have something to take your mind off of the bullshit. And I think that's why probably drugs and alcohol and sugars are so addicting. It's because, I mean, regardless of however you want to think about it, like, we all came from a tribal thing. We lived in, like, villages and huts and shit, and we went hunting and gathered food and grew food and did stuff like that, and now all that's gone, and, all you can do is accept the reality that you have to work, and everything is killing us. And so you have to be really aware of what you're doing and what you're thinking. And then I guess it's just like kind of like bullshit because it's hard to find somebody of the opposite sex to pretty much have that same philosophy. Like I still haven't met like through since I went on my fast back in 2012 or raising my frequency. I never really met somebody that was like full 360, like didn't do like a straight edge, what they call straight edges, right? Someone who doesn't do drugs and drink and eats really clean. Like, there's people that don't drink or don't do drugs, but they'll still eat like a cookie. Like, I just never met someone that just like did all that. That was like a woman. So I don't know. It's a little overwhelming. Especially like when you go on these like dating websites and you see like the girls that, well, for me, like that I like or I think are really pretty, but they all just do the same thing. They just like work and travel and drink and some shit. And I'm just like, man, it sucks. Like, it just really sucks. And maybe I'm just like looking in the wrong places. And I gotta like go look in public or like go do things that people do that. But I used to do like a lot of like art events at like health places and things. And yeah, I'd meet really conscious food type of people. They still did drugs and drinks. So it's just like, so like a part of me like wants to like just give and be like, fuck it, whatever. But then a part of me is like, well, what's the point? Like I've been doing this for X amount, 73 days now, and it's like, why go back? Like what's the point? What, like, I mean, drinking's not on my diet. Like I don't like, I think like food wise, like I can really stick on this diet. I guess it's like my battling of like picking up, should I drink or not? And I'm just thinking probably not, because like I can't. My personality, it's like I just can't. Like even video games, like I'll play video games, and if I play video games, I'll play video games a lot. Like I'll play anything. Like if something's like, to me, if something's like really fun, then I'll just like do that all the time. And I just have like an addictive personality. I have people like, oh, why don't you just use that to focus on building things and all this other stuff? It's like, yeah, I can do that. It just takes a lot of energy. Like drinking doesn't take that much energy. I mean, your body processes it, so I guess there's that. Playing games, you're really not doing shit. So hanging out with somebody and watching TV or talking about bullshit, you know. But the other thing too, what I watched, well, I watched The Walking Dead, and it's like the season finale, and it introduced this character Negan. But at the end of the episode, it's pretty much like the main character and all the other main characters get caught, and they just found out about like how there's like villages, and they used to just like run away and scavenge to live from zombies. Thing is, they started figuring out about villages, and they started actually having a home. And then this guy pretty much captures them, and they find out like he's the biggest village. And so, pretty much like in the show, Rick and his group killed a bunch of this guy's Negan's group. But instead of Negan just destroying them, he just is like, no, I'm going to have you guys work for me. And they have to give him like 50% of their stuff. But he said he's still going to like take out like one of the group members for punish them. But what I thought was interesting about the show, like, you know, because it kind of feels like it's in the world, and so for like X amount of time, people are just, what the hell is happening, trying to live. And then they go back to like these tribal things where whoever has the highest technology is pretty much owning all the other tribes and making the tribes gather food and stuff, and they getting taxed. So I guess what I'm trying to say, what I realized is how, you know, that is now. It's like this Negan guy is like the cities or the corporations or the governments and stuff. And then we're just like Rick and the small tribe. And, you know, now we're being forced, or we've always been since we were young, forced to work and do all these things and gather food and getting taxed on it. And I just think it's like, to like watching a show, I just like felt bad for the character. I was like, man, they did all this stuff, always trying to survive. Now they're in this whole other reality where they're just like a slave. And it made me realize, like, man, like, shit, like, how much a slave I am to, like, all this shit, to, like, games, to alcohol, to sugary foods, to pizza, to people that just have their brain all fucked up and can't, like, love people. it's just like sin. It's like there's sin on top of sin, and everything's sinful. It just like sucks. Like, why can't everything just be awesome and everyone just help each other and just finding and you could just have kids and it doesn't matter. Everyone start taking care and helping you take care of your kids. Like hunting is easy, growing food is easy. It's like there's all this land yet we act like we can't grow enough food. It's like preposterous. So whatever. Oh, I didn't like that. And this is Fano from An Hour with Wolfpack, and this is my segment Steppin Out of Babylon. This is day 73. Today's date is April 3rd, 2016. I hope everyone lives with love and compassion, because if you don't love yourself, then you can't love anyone.